hard. Okie dokie. I'm gonna mute you. Okay. Let me do a quick sound checky check. How is the sound, both me and music? Can you hear me okay? Music can go up higher. Let me see. Better? Too high? Good? Okay, great. All righty. Okay, we are gonna start in child's pose today. Full this screen, great. Okay. Oh. Child's pose, you can bring your big toes to touch and your knees wide. If you'd rather bring your legs parallel, you're welcome to. Arms can be extended long, or you can relax your arms down by your side for a more traditional yoga pose or traditional, oh gosh, child's pose. My brain has been so flustered today. Wish me luck. Let's take some deep breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And again, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And start to connect to your Ujjayi breath, your inhale and exhale through your nose. Allow your Ujjayi breath to be your guidance. And start to bring some gentle movement into your body. If maybe you want to shake your head no to massage your third eye against your mat. Maybe you want to stretch one arm a little bit longer than the other, or walk your hands over to the left or to the right. Stay here for a few more breaths, just bringing some gentle movement. And maybe your gentle movement today is just finding stillness and really focusing on your breath. And one more inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to tuck your chin towards your chest so the crown of your head comes onto your mat. And then you're just going to slowly lift your hips up and down, kind of rocking on your head. If you're like me and you have a little ponytail on top, you might need to make some adjustments so you can roll onto the top of your head and roll back down onto your forehead as you lift your hips, and your hands are down by your side for support, but you can move them farther forward or farther back if that feels comfortable. Trying not to put too much pressure on your head, so your legs are doing a little bit of the work as well, initiating from your hips. And if it feels comfortable, be gentle. But if it feels comfortable, you can start to even maybe roll towards the back, almost like you're going to do a somersault, but we won't get anywhere close to doing a somersault. Just if it feels comfortable on the back of your neck to get that much extension. And let's go 2 more. And 1 more. And then slowly push into your hands to slowly roll up to have a seat on your hips. And if you have a yoga block and you'd rather sit on your yoga block, you're welcome to. You can also tuck your toes for an added toe stretch if you want, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we're just gonna take some neck circles. So relaxing your arms down by your side, or hands can be on your lap. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Pause here and just take a few breaths as you find a length in the back of your neck. And then you're going to roll your chin over to your right side. And then lift your nose and your chin to face the right side wall. And start to circle your chin up towards the ceiling, finding length in your neck. Instead of dropping your head back behind you, think of lifting up and over to your left. Drop your left chin to your left shoulder, and then chin to your chest. And again, circle to your right. Lift your nose. Lift up and over. Keep finding length as you pull your head up, over to the left, and chin to your chest one more time. Over to the right. Reach up and over, gently sliding your shoulders down your back, to the left, and chin to your chest. And reverse. You're going to roll your chin to your left. Lift your nose to the left side wall. Drop your head back behind you as you lift your chin and your nose up towards the ceiling, over to the right, chin to your chest, and go 2 more in this direction. Think of making the biggest circle you can. If you feel any points of pain or tension, you can loosen up the range of motion as you pass through that little bit of tension, and then you can further push the range of motion, almost like you're going over a speed bump. Chin to your chest. Pause here. Maybe you want to take some gentle shakes of your head, like you're trying to push your chin towards your collarbones. And then slowly come up. You're going to turn your nose and your chin and your focus to your right, as far over to your right as possible without letting your spine twist. And then over to your left as far as possible without letting your spine twist. Over to your right. And over to your left. And once more over to your right. And over to your left. Good. Slowly come center. You're going to place your left hand on the outside of the right side of your head. So your left hand crosses over to your right. Then you're going to gently apply some pressure to help open up the side of your neck. Just a little bit of pressure. I'm really not pushing in. I'm really just letting the weight of my arm do the work. So I'm relaxing my arm and just allowing the pressure that the weight of my arm that's creating to help do a little bit more of the stretch. Soften your shoulders down your back. And then start to activate the muscles that run along your neck without moving your head or your hand. Just simply push your head and your hand into one another. You want to be gentle here. You don't want to apply too much pressure, just enough so you can feel your neck muscles engage, like you're playing tug-of-war, a gentle game of tug-of-war between your head and your hand. So again, your head doesn't move once you apply pressure, but you feel your muscles engage as you push into your head and your hand. Hold for one more inhale. Keep your head where it is. Soften on your exhale. Soften the pressure. Slowly let your hand drop down and then come back to center. Pause for a moment. And then you're going to switch, reaching your left arm over to the right side and allowing your head to gently drip over to your right side. Softening your right arm, allowing the weight of your arm to help apply a little more of a deeper stretch. So now we're in the passive range of motion. We're not engaging our muscles. We're just letting our body passively stretch. And then on your next exhale, start to activate the stretch. Push your hand and your head gently in towards one another. Feel the muscles along the side of your neck engage as you push. Take some deep inhales and deep exhales. See if you can push for just a little bit more. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale, keep your head where it is. Soften the push, gently let your hand relax down, and then lift your head. And then we're going to go one more neck circle to the right and one more neck circle to the left. See if maybe you can get a little bit of a deeper range of motion. So drop your chin towards your chest and then circle your chin to your right. Lift your nose. See if maybe you can even twist over your right shoulder and then lift up and over, finding length in your neck. Over to the left and drop your chin to your chest and reverse, reaching over to your left. Reaching up and over, finding more length in your neck than before, over to the right, and chin to your chest. Good. Slowly stack your head. And if you have a block, remove it, and you can come onto your hands and knees. If you were sitting on your feet for all that time, if you need to shake your feet out or maybe slap the tops of your feet onto your mat, you can. Maybe a couple circles in your ankles or toes. I know that sometimes all that pressure can really stretch your feet. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down, look up. Pause here and take a few breaths. Actively press your shoulders down your back to help elongate your chest forward. Pull your navel in for a little support for your low back as you push your tailbone up to find a little more extension in your lumbar spine. One more inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Scoop your tailbone under. Press your hands into your mat. Let your head relax. Feel the weight of the top of your head pull down. Inhale, cow pose. Slide your shoulders down your back. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your tailbone around your spine. And once again, inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. And then take a few breaths if you want to circle in your ribs, if you want to move through cat-cow and flip your palms around, whatever feels comfortable for you. Take a few breaths on your own as you move through cat-cow in whatever way feels comfortable. You can even move your spine in ways that don't have a label, don't have a specific posture. As I put my bun up, I guess it's the wrong day to put my bun on the very top of my head. Oh well. And then slowly come into a neutral tabletop position. Slowly on your next exhale, step your feet back into your plank position. Spread your fingers wide, push your hands into your mat, pull your belly button in. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. This time, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And push back into your downward facing dog. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. Let your head relax. If you want to bend your knees one at a time, if you want to shake your head yes or no, you can. Whatever movement feels comfortable for you. And soften your knees, look forward, and slowly travel to the top of your mat into your forward fold. Let your head relax, let your arms dangle like empty coat sleeves. Pour your weight into your toes rather than your heels. If it feels more comfortable to hold onto the outsides of your elbows, you can. You can also interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck for a little more extension in your spine. You can interlace your fingers and reach your arms overhead for a chest expansion. Just pause here and take a few breaths on your own. And one more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, soften your knees, release your arms if you have a bind. Exhale, roll up, tuck your chin towards your chest. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, mountain pose, or reach your arms high. Exhale, Samastitihi, bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes or keep your gaze soft. Take a moment to feel the warmth in between your palms. Feel your feet anchored into your mat. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice. If nothing comes to mind, I offer you the intention to let go of your ego. Let go of that little voice that tells you where to push your body and how to push your body. Instead, listen to your body, listen to what your body is asking for, listen to what variations or option your body is needing today and in this moment. We'll seal our intention with a breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Inhale, mountain pose, reach both arms high. Exhale, forward fold, tip your tailbone up as you reach your head down. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in your spine. Zip your ribs together, hands can reach onto your shins or your thighs. Pause here and take a few breaths on your own. Really find the extension through your spine and lead with the crown of your head pushing forward. Sometimes we can kind of drop our chin to our chest. Instead, think of pulling your chin back towards your neck like you're making a double chin, so you can find a little bit more length in your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Press your hands down and step your feet back. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Reach your shoulders as far past the line of your wrist as possible. Exhale, push back in line with your wrists. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, reach back. Take a few breaths, reaching forward and back, leading with your toes as you reach forward, and see if you can reach with your fingers back. So push your fingers down into your mat as you shift your shoulders back over your wrists. Notice how your core engages, and notice how the muscles in your hands and your arms engage as you reach forward. One more inhale, shift forward. Stay here as you slowly lower all the way onto your mat. Untuck your toes when you get there. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Press your forearms down onto your mat. Elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Scoop your tailbone under. Slide your shoulders down your back and extend your chest forward. Find a nice length in your neck. Take your gaze down the tip of your nose. Sometimes we can lead with our chin. Try and find a little more length in your neck in this posture. Take 2 more breaths here. One more inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and press your hips up and back. Inhale, soften both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold however you choose, walk, step, or lightly hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soften your knees, look at your belly button, roll up, let your arms relax. Slowly stack your spine, one on top of the other. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms high. Exhale, forward, lift your forward, forward fold, let your head relax. Oh goodness, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose, step your feet back. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, slowly lower onto your mat. Inhale, Sphinx pose, press your forearms down. Pause here for a few breaths. Really find the tuck of your tailbone so you can find a little more length in your low back. This is a pretty active pose. I'm activating my arms into my mat to help pull my chest forward. I'm activating my lower abdominals to help tuck my tailbone under to find a little more length in my spine. I'm activating my shoulders down my back. And then from here, take a few breaths as you rock your head from side to side. Maybe you take some small neck circles without losing the tuck of your tailbone, without losing the engagement in your upper body. Similar as you found in tabletop, just find some movement in your head and your neck that feels comfortable for you. Maybe you want a gentle twist as you look over your shoulders. One more inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, however you want to get to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your toes to touch, leave a sliver of space between your heels. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Pause here and take a few breaths. Scoop your tailbone under to find length in your lumbar spine. Soften in your shoulders so you have a little more space and availability to reach your thumbs farther back behind you. Zip your ribs together. Pause here and take 2 more breaths. If you want to take a peek down at your toes, make sure you can see all 10 toes. If your knees are too far forward, hiding your toes, shift your weight back into your heels. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back, plant your hands on your mat. Pause here and take a few breaths on your own. Maybe you want to rock forward and back, or maybe you want to make some circles. Maybe you need to drop your knee down to release your hip flexor a little bit. Let's take a couple breaths on your own. And then inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms high, pause here and breathe. Scoop your tailbone under just as you found in your chair pose. Push your left heel back behind you. Zip your ribs together, and again, find a softness in your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Spin your left foot down. Take your gaze over your front fingers. Feel how your arms can pull you forward and back so you can find a little bit more opening in your chest and your shoulders. A slight engagement in your lower abdominals and your hips to press your pelvis forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Pull your hips towards the top of your mat as you reach your right arm back behind you. You can choose to reach your right arm straight towards the ceiling and really pull your ribs away from your hips. If you want to get that different angle, you can reach your right arm back behind you. Careful that your shoulder doesn't lift up towards your ears. Slide your shoulder down your back. And again, really initiate from your ribs and your hips. Inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. You're going to turn your right toes in, circle your arms down, and let your head fold over your legs. I personally like to get a little internal rotation in my forward fold. So if you want to turn your toes in ever so slightly, you can. Arms can be wherever you choose. You can dangle your arms. You can rest your arms down. You can hold onto the outsides of your elbows. Maybe you want a little extra pressure and you want to hold onto your wrists. Your ankles, whatever feels comfortable for you. 2 more breaths here. If you want to bend your knees one at a time, you can. Good. So go ahead and plant your hands on your mat right underneath your shoulders. So similar as we did in the plank position when we were rocking forward and back, we're going to do the same thing here. So you're going to lift up onto your toes into like a calf raise or a releve as you shift your shoulders forward past the line of your wrists and then lower down. And then keep going. Reach your chest forward and down. So you'll feel that naturally when you pull your shoulders forward, your fingertips have to do a little bit of grip work. You really have to grip your fingertips down to help you not fall over. And you'll feel your lower abdominals really engage here. You can think about pulling your hips up towards the ceiling, curving your back. If we were a wonderful, strong gymnast, maybe you'd be able to press into a handstand from here. That's the feeling you want as you lift your hips up, lift up onto your toes, pour your weight into your hands. Let's go 2 more. And let's go 1 more. Good. And then inhale, bend both knees. Look at your belly button. Exhale, roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, star pose. Reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, warrior two. Adjust your legs. Inhale, reverse triangle. Push into both legs as you reach your right arm back behind you. Same thing as we found in reverse warrior. Soften your shoulder. Let your ribs do the work to help pull away from your hips. Find a gentle touch of your left hand on your left leg so your obliques and your core do most of the work. 1 more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down, spin your left toes forward. Plant your hands down. Inhale, 3-legged dog, extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose, round your spine, shift your shoulders as far forward as you can. Inhale, 3-legged dog, reach your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more inhale, right leg high. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, plank pose, shift forward. Inhale, shift your shoulders just a little farther forward. Exhale, chaturanga, hug your elbows and hover off of your mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your knees and thighs off of your mat. Really push your hands into your mat to open up your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, soften both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in your spine. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your toes to touch. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Exhale, low lunge right away, push your right foot back. Try and get your hands and your foot to touch your mat at the same time. Pause here and breathe as you rock forward and back. Maybe you take some circles, maybe you drop your knee down, maybe you take some different variations on this side because our legs feel a little different on either side. And then find stillness. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms high. Pause here and take a few breaths. In a perfect world, our fingertips would stack right over our shoulders, which would stack right over our ribs, which would stack right over our hips. See if you can scoop your tailbone under. Maybe you need to shorten your stance just a little bit, that's okay. Push your right heel back behind you to get a little more lift in your hip flexor. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reach your arms forward and back. Spin your right toes slightly in. Take your gaze over your left fingers. And in your warrior two, you'll find shoulders, ribs, and hips stack. Sometimes we lean forward, sometimes we lean back. You want to stay nice and stacked in the present moment, not reaching into the future or worrying about the past. Inhale, reverse warrior. Push your hips forward as you reach your left arm back behind you. Your choice again for arms to be up, or if you want your hand to reach back behind you, you can. Feel how your ribs can pull away from your knee. Think of pulling those 2 points away from one another. Soften your right hand on your right leg. One more inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Turn your left toes in, reach your hands down. Pause here and breathe. Good. So now we're going to do the same thing that we did before, rocking forward and back. This time we're going to try and bring the top of our head onto our mat. So place your hands underneath your shoulders. If you need to widen your feet or have a soft bend in your knees, you can. You'll drop your elbows, you'll bend your elbows as you drop your head down. And again, if you need to move ponytails or buns out of the way, do so. And then you'll lift up onto your releve as you shift your weight forward. So you want to be gentle with the shift forward. You want to make sure that you're really pushing into your hands so that you're not putting too much pressure on top of your head or your neck. If you remember in the beginning when we were kind of rolling over our head, that's not the same thing we're doing here. We want the top of our head to push down and we want the top of our head to stay down. So you have to really lift up into your abdominals. And you might even find that you could get a little float, a little lift off of your toes, but we don't want to jump into it. Let's go one more. And then fold forward. You can straighten your arms. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your belly button, slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, star pose, reach your arms high, push into your feet. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, push into both legs, soften your shoulders, drop your tailbone down. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down. Inhale, single leg down dog, float your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, try and kiss your knee. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, pull your knee towards your chest. Inhale, last one, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. And then inhale, step back into your downward facing dog. Pause for your exhale. Now you can shift forward into your plank and move through your flow, or you can take a few breaths in downward facing dog. You can also take a few breaths in child's pose if you need that rest. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a little rest. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, walk, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your toes to touch. We'll move through that same flow just a little faster, moving breath to movement. Inhale, chair pose, shift your hips down, reach your arms high. Exhale, low lunge. Try and get your hands and toes to touch your mat at the same time. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms high. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, pull your ribs back. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your belly button. Exhale, slowly roll up. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two, adjust your front toes. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down, turn your left toes forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg goes high. Exhale, knee to nose, curve and round, pull your shoulders as far forward as you can. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, last time, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, your choice. Shift forward into plank pose, move through your flow, or stay in your downward facing dog. Again, if you need to take some breaths into child's pose, you're also welcome to. One change here. Inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, malasana squat. Jump to your outside of your hands. Drop your hips down, bring your hands to heart center. Pause here for 2 breaths. If you need to sit on a block, you can. If you need to elevate your elbows onto the top of your knees, you can. One more inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Exhale, low lunge, fingertips and toes touch your mat at the same time. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, roll down. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your belly button. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two, adjust your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle, push into your front leg. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, step back to your downward facing dog. Your choice, move through your flow or stay in downward facing dog. You can also rest in child's pose. Take a few breaths on your own. Then inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, malasana squat, walk, step, or hop to the outside of your feet. Drop your knees down or drop your hips down. From here, if you want to stay here and take a few breaths, you can. You're welcome to. If you want to hang in your crow pose for a few breaths, you can. You can turn your toes parallel, really hook your knees into your armpits, lift up onto your toes, and then you can shift forward. Maybe you lift one leg, maybe you lift both legs, whatever feels comfortable for you. Also welcome to hang here in your malasana squat and take a few breaths. Nice, Erin. Yes. Good. And you can choose if you want to jump back into chaturanga and go through a quick flow, you can. If you want to just sit your feet down and step back into your malasana squat, you can. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Good. And then we'll meet in a forward fold. You're straighten your legs, heel toe your toes to touch, let your head relax. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot back, hands meet your mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, baby back bend. You're going to brace your stomach, arch your spine as you reach your heart up towards the ceiling. Press your shoulders down your back. Inhale, start cobra pose. Oh my gosh, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. All of the poses in my brain at once. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Turn your toes and roll forward. Good. This time, you're going to drop your hands down onto your mat. You're going to lower the top of your head down to your mat. This time, you're going to roll up onto your toes and try and walk your toes a little closer towards one another. So it's like you're in a pike position or a downward facing dog. And you're just going to lift one leg and lower. Lift one leg and lower. So as you're lifting and lowering, you really have to put a lot of pressure into your hands so that you're not sinking and crunching into your neck. And maybe some of us are lifting our leg just an inch. Maybe some of us are lifting our legs all the way up and all the way down. Remember, let go of your ego. Do what feels comfortable for your body. Let's go one more left and one more right. And then we'll meet in our wide-legged forward fold. So you'll walk your feet out, push onto your hands, and we'll take one deep breath into our wide-legged forward fold. You can let your head relax, maybe shake your head yes or no. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your belly button. Exhale, slowly roll up, stack your spine one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten through both legs. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, curving around your spine. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Option for your flow, reach your right leg high, and then you're gonna keep your right leg lifting up as you shift forward into your chaturanga, and then you'll flow with your one leg and you'll reach your right foot down as you reach into upward facing dog, and then press back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, bend both knees, gaze forward. Exhale, malasana, squat, walk, step, or hop into your squat as you drop your hips down. Your choice, quick 2-breath crow pose if you want, or stay here. 2 breaths. Good. One more inhale. Nice. Yes. And then exhale. We'll meet in a forward fold. Straighten your legs, heel toe your toes to touch. Let your head relax. Inhale, halfway lift to reset your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach your arms back. Exhale, low lunge, fingertips and toes touch at the same time. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, baby back bend, squeeze your core as you reach your heart up towards the ceiling. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Now, your choice. You can do whatever drills we've done in this past few flows, you can do now. If you feel like it's more appropriate to stay on your hands and rock forward and back, you can. If you want to drop your forehead down and rock forward and back, you can. If you want to bring your toes to touch and lift one leg at a time, you can. There's zero pressure. But whatever drill you're doing, I want you to see how you can start to use your core to shift your weight instead of using your toes or your hands or your feet. See how you can start shifting your weight forward and back by using and engaging your lower abdominals. I like to imagine like I'm sucking in my belly button, like I'm pulling away from a punch. I like to envision my spine rounding. It doesn't really happen because that's not the way our bodies work. But for me, it helps me visualize like almost like I'm gonna roll into a ball. That helps me, but whatever visualization or action helps you. We'll take one more. And then we'll meet in our wide-legged forward fold. Arms are straight, relax your head. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your belly button, slowly roll up, let your arms relax. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, low lunge, cartwheel your hands down. Inhale, I'm on the wrong leg. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Last time, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Keep your leg there, optional. If to shift forward, you'll lower into your chaturanga and then reach up into your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We usually call that style of flow ekapada, as you flow with your right leg or left leg high. And you might be able to see how you could do a chin stand with that right or left leg high. Good. And then just rest onto your knees. Take a few breaths if you need to have palms down as you breathe. Okay, so we're gonna transition into headstand. I have been prepping you for tripod because when we're eventually gonna flow crow into headstand, we will be in a tripod position. But I'm gonna demo both ways so you can do whatever feels comfortable for you. So first, bring your thumbs to the side of your temple or onto your temples, and then you're gonna let your fingers come a little closer so you can see. Your fingers will touch and overlap. That point where your fingers overlap and touch, I'm using my middle fingers, that's the part that you want to be on the ground. So you don't want to be back here, you don't want to be here, you definitely don't want to be on your forehead, you want to be right in the middle. So for your traditional headstand, you would interlace your fingers, making kind of a narrow triangle shape with your forearms, and you would hook your head into the pocket that your hands are making with that point you just found on the ground. Then from here, you would press into kind of a downward facing dog situation, walk your feet in, maybe float one leg up, maybe reach the other leg up, maybe you want to do like knee to your chest and extend, maybe you want to do the other foot and then reach up from there, whatever feels most appropriate for you. And if you want to move to a wall for support, you can. Never, ever, 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 ever jump into it. When you jump into it, I mean, your neck muscles are small. It's very easy to roll over, and I wouldn't want anyone to hurt themselves. So never, ever, ever jump. Now, the other option is the tripod variation, which is what we practiced from wide-legged forward fold. So hands would be on the ground, and you would bring the top of your head down where you found it before, and then you would press back. Maybe you even want to go from a wide-legged forward fold, or maybe you want to go in, and then same thing, you would reach back, maybe bring your chin to your knee to your chest, and then extend. Lots of different options. I personally find traditional is more supportive for me because I have more of my body on the ground, and that's also just the way I learned it first. But there are plenty of people that find tripod is easier because of the way their weight is balanced. So I would say if you haven't really explored headstand too much, be Goldilocks and try both of them. But I'm gonna zip my mouth and you're gonna have a few minutes to play. Remember, there's no pressure. If you wanna just get into it and simply just lift one leg and then the other, that can definitely be your headstand practice today. Okay, now I mean it, I'm gonna zip. Yes. And you'll feel, as you start to lift one leg, you'll feel how your body weight shifts. You want to feel your hips stack right over your shoulders and your head. And then hopefully your legs will feel light to just float up towards the ceiling. Another great drill to do is to lift one leg and then slowly lower it, barely let it touch the ground, and then lift straight back up. Nice, Erin. Yes. Yay, yes. Good. Let's take a few more breaths. If you are in headstand, and whenever you come out of it, you can rest in child's pose. Good. And if you're not already in child's pose, let's make your way into child's pose now. Take some deep inhales and deep exhales. Maybe you want to gently rock your head no from side to side, getting a little massage for your third eye. And then slowly come center. Walk your hands in, roll up one vertebrae at a time. And just like the beginning, we're just going to do some soft neck circles. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll your chin to your right side. Look to the right side wall. Reach your chin up and over to your left. Chin to your chest. And once more to your right. Up and over to your left. Chin to your chest. And reverse. Reach your chin to your left. Up and over, finding length in the back of your neck. And chin to your chest. And one more time. And pause with your chin towards your chest. Maybe you want to gently rock your head no, kind of scraping your chin against your collarbones, you can.
All of us.
And then slowly stack your head. Good. We're going to come into rabbit pose. Last thing we're going to do on our head. Okay, I think I would have learned my lesson to not adjust my hair. So rabbit pose, go ahead and hold onto your heels. Let your forehead relax onto your mat. Just pause here for a second, wrapping your arms around your heels. Now, very similar to what we did in the beginning, you're going to start to lift your hips, tucking your chin to your chest, and your arms will restrict your range of motion, and hopefully you feel a nice stretch on the back of your shoulders and the back of your neck as you really try and tuck your chin towards your chest. So now we're not so focused on where we're putting our the pressure on our head. You can kind of roll towards the back of your head a little bit. A few more breaths here. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release. Go ahead and stack your palms and let your forehead rest on your palms. Take a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And slowly tuck your chin to your chest, walk your hands in, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Shift your hips towards one side and swing your legs in front. Shift to the top of your mat, bring the soles of your feet onto your mat, reach your arms forward. We're gonna do a few roll downs. Inhale. Exhale, roll down, tuck your chin towards your chest, soften your shoulders. Feel your spine touch your mat one vertebrae at a time. If you wanna hold on to the backs of your legs, you can. This time, keep your fingers forward, inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, lead with your fingers as you reach forward. Try and pull your ribs towards your hips as you slowly roll up, inhale. Exhale again, roll down, scoop your tailbone under, really exaggerate the curve of your spine. If you want to hold on to the backs of your legs, you're always welcome to. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Roll up, extend your fingers forward. One more inhale. Exhale, roll down. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Pull your belly button in, pull your ribs towards your hips. Extend Extend your arms forward. Good. And then bring the soles of your feet together, your knees wide. Hold onto your feet, sit up nice and tall. The closer your heels are, the more intense the stretch will be. The farther away your heels are, the less intense. So you can decide. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Extend the crown of your head forward. Find length in your spine. And you can use your arms and your elbows to help open up your knees and your hips. Again, you can slide your feet a little closer or a little farther back. It's very easy to want to drop your head down and round in your spine, but pull the crown of your head forward. Find length in your spine. Imagine you're pushing your tailbone to the back of your mat.
Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs.
One more inhale.
Though I close my eyes,
And then exhale, slowly come up. Bend or place your feet back onto your mat. One final roll down, but we'll stay down, we won't come up. Once you're on your back, you can hug your knees in towards your chest. Gentle rock from side to side as you massage your low back against your mat. Place the soles of your feet onto your mat. Interlace your fingers behind the nape of your neck, and then use your hands to extend your neck. So you're pulling, it's like you're trying to pull your chin to your chest, but you're lengthening the back of your neck, and slowly relax. So hopefully you found a little bit more length in your cervical spine. Keep your head where it is, chin is slightly chucked towards your chest. Start to roll up into your bridge pose, one vertebrae at a time. From here, if you want to tuck your shoulders a little closer towards one another, interlacing your fingers, you can. Stretch your knuckles down towards your heels. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly roll down, release your fingers. And rock your knees from side to side. And we're going to come into one more inversion. If you want to come into bridge pose one more time, you can. If you'd rather come into plow stand, reaching your legs behind you, or shoulder stand, reaching your legs up towards the ceiling, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can come into your second inversion now. Remember, not letting your ego decide, letting your body decide. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly rolling down. Once your feet hit your mat, again, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And then one more time, interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck. Slide your hands from the nape of your neck all the way to the top of your skull, finding a little bit more length in your neck. And then you can let your head rest down, release your hands. Keep the length of your neck as you pull your knees in towards your chest. So for some of us, it might feel like you're really exaggerating the tuck of your chin to your chest, but you can place your fingers at your neck and you can really feel how it's not an over-exaggeration. It's our cervical spine is nice and elongated. And then you can transition into your happy baby, soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. You can take your two-piece fingers around your toes. You can hold on to the inside or the outside of your feet as you pull your knees into your armpits. Maybe rock from side to side, whatever feels comfortable. If you have the space and you want to extend one leg and then the other, you can. Keeping your tailbone down, keeping your neck nice and long. And then release your feet, bring your legs into a reverse tabletop position, engage your inner thighs. Reach your arms wide. Exhale, drop your knees towards your left. anchoring your right shoulder down. If you want to turn your neck towards your right arm, you can. If you want to place your left hand on the outside of your right thigh for a little extra guidance in your twist, you can as well. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind and other side. Drop your knees to your right. Look to your left if you want. And if you want to place your right hand on your left thigh, you can. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly unwind, come onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. If you want to curl up into a nice tight ball, you can. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And then whenever you're ready, we'll transition into your Shavasana, your corpse pose, your final relaxation of your practice. If you want to extend your legs and your arms long, you can. If you want to bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide, maybe you want to place one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest.
Stood beneath an orange sky.
Just take a moment of stillness on your back. Take a moment to scan your body from head to toe. Notice how your body feels without changing, without shifting, without placing judgment. Just notice.
With my brother standing by. With my brother standing by.
And then shift your attention to your breath. Notice your natural inhales and exhales through your nose and your mouth. You don't have to force your breath in any way. Just notice the natural rhythm of your breath.
Brother, you know it is such a long road we've been walking on.
And then let go of the focus on your breath. Let go of the focus on your body. Just simply be still, be quiet, be present. Cherish this moment to literally do nothing.
And I had a dream
You can listen to the music if you want. You can ignore the music and just focus on doing nothing. I'll tell you when it's time to come out.
With my sister standing. I said, sister, here is what I know now. Here is what I know now. Goes like this. In your love, my salvation lies. In your love, my salvation lies. In your love, my salvation lies. In your love, in your love, in your love. But sister, you know I'm so weary. And you know, sister, my heart's been broken. Sometimes my mind is too strong to carry on.
Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale through your nose.
When I am alone,
Exhale with a sigh.
thrown off the weight of this crazy stone.
One more inhale.
When I've lost
Exhale with a sigh.
that's when I miss you. That's when I miss
And you can start to make some movement in your hands and your feet. If it feels comfortable, you can reach your arms overhead, pulling your fingers and toes away from one another. Take your time. When you're ready, roll towards one side. Allow your arm to be your pillow. Pause for a moment on your side.
My salvation lies in your love. 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 My salvation.
Use the strength of your arms to slowly push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms to touch, your thumbs rest on your breastbone. Take a moment to feel the warmth in between your palms. Feel your hips anchored into your mat as the crown of your head floats up towards the ceiling. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself. Take a moment of gratitude for making it to your mat. Take a moment of gratitude for your practice. Gratitude for your body for moving in the way that it did. Gratitude for your breath, for being your guidance. Gratitude for your mind, for being quiet and calm. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, the pocket of energy found right in between your eyebrows. Bow forward, thank yourself once again. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Yay. Thank you, yogis.